Melatonin is one of the best-selling sleep supplements in the world. Millions of people take it every night. Parents give it to their children. Travelers use it for jet lag. Shift workers depend on it to reset their schedule. It is widely considered safe, natural, and effective. But here's what most people are never told. The dose on the label is almost certainly too high. The timing most people use is wrong. And taken incorrectly, melatonin can actually make your long-term sleep quality worse, not better. This video isn't about scaring you away from melatonin. It's about understanding what it actually is, how it actually works, and how to use it correctly, if you use it at all. Because the difference between helpful and harmful here is smaller than most people think. Welcome back to Sleep Labs. Today we're covering melatonin, one of the most misunderstood hormones in the human body. We're going to break down what melatonin actually is and what it isn't. Why the standard doses sold in stores are far higher than what your body naturally produces. What the research actually says about its effectiveness. Who it genuinely helps, and who it doesn't. And what the science says about long-term use. If you take melatonin, or you've ever considered it, this video is for you. Let's start from the beginning. First, a crucial distinction that most people miss. Melatonin is not a sleeping pill. It is not a sedative. It does not knock you out. It does not generate sleep. Melatonin is a hormone produced naturally by a tiny structure in your brain called the pineal gland. And its only job is to signal to your body that it is dark outside. That's it. It is a darkness signal. A biological clock marker. It tells your body, the sun has gone down, prepare for sleep. In response to that signal, your body temperature begins to drop, your heart rate slows, and the various systems that initiate sleep start to activate. But melatonin doesn't cause sleep directly. It opens the door. Your body still has to walk through it. This distinction matters enormously, because it means that taking melatonin when your body is not ready for sleep, in the wrong amount, or at the wrong time, does very little. And taking too much can actively disrupt the very system you're trying to support. Your body naturally produces melatonin beginning around 2 hours before your habitual sleep time, typically in the range of 0.1 to 0.3 milligrams. Now look at what is sold in most stores. Standard over-the-counter doses range from 3 milligrams to 10 milligrams. That is between 10 and 100 times what your body naturally releases. The dosing problem with melatonin is one of the most significant and least discussed issues in sleep health. In the United States and many other countries, melatonin is sold as a dietary supplement, not a drug. This means it is not regulated by the FDA the way medications are. Manufacturers can set their own doses, and they have overwhelming incentive to go higher, because consumers often assume more equals more effective. But that is not how melatonin works. Research published in the journal PLOS One tested 31 melatonin supplements and found that the actual melatonin content varied by as much as 478% from what was listed on the label. Some contained far more than advertised. Some contained far less. More critically, taking doses that are significantly higher than physiological levels can cause your body to downregulate its own melatonin receptors over time. This means the hormone becomes less effective, and in some cases your body may reduce its own natural melatonin production in response. The result? Dependency. Not in the addictive sense, but in the sense that your sleep starts to rely on external melatonin rather than the system your body already has. Dr. Andrew Weil, an integrative medicine physician, has long recommended that if melatonin is used, doses should stay between 0.3 and 1 milligram, closer to what the body actually produces. Most people are taking 5 to 10 milligrams and wondering why it stops working after a few weeks. To be clear, a melatonin is genuinely useful. Just not for what most people use it for. The strongest evidence for melatonin is in two specific areas. The first is jet lag. When you cross multiple time zones rapidly, your circadian rhythm is misaligned with local time. Your body is releasing melatonin on the wrong schedule. Taking a low dose of melatonin at the target bedtime of your destination, even before you travel, can help shift your internal clock faster. This is one of the most well-supported uses in sleep research. The second is circadian rhythm disorders, particularly delayed sleep phase disorder, which is common in wolf chronotypes and adolescents. In this condition, the melatonin onset is significantly delayed, pushing sleep timing later and later. Small doses of melatonin taken in the early evening can help shift the timing forward over several weeks. Melatonin also shows promise for shift workers who need to sleep at biologically unusual times, and for blind individuals whose circadian rhythms lack light cues. What the evidence does not strongly support is using melatonin as a nightly sleep aid for general insomnia. If you are struggling to fall asleep every night and melatonin has become a permanent fixture on your nightstand, it is almost certainly treating the symptom rather than the cause. Here is the harder truth. Most people who struggle with sleep have suppressed melatonin, not a melatonin deficiency. And the primary cause of that suppression is artificial light exposure at night. When you look at a bright phone screen, a laptop, or a television in the hours before bed, the blue light wavelengths those screens emit signal to your brain that it is still daytime. The pineal gland reads this as light and delays melatonin release. You are not low on melatonin. Your melatonin is being blocked. In this case, the solution is not to add melatonin from outside, it is to remove the thing that is preventing your body from releasing it naturally. Studies have shown that dimming lights and avoiding screens for just 90 minutes before bed can increase natural melatonin onset by 1 to 2 hours, without any supplementation at all. Other melatonin suppressors include eating large meals late at night, high stress and elevated cortisol, irregular sleep timing, and excessive caffeine in the afternoon. If you address these root causes, many people find their sleep improves dramatically, and they never needed a supplement at all. This is not about being anti-supplement. It is about solving the right problem. If you've considered all of the above and melatonin still makes sense for your situation, here is how to use it correctly, based on the research. Dose low. Start with 0.3 to 0.5 milligrams. This is below most commercial doses, so you may need to cut a 1 milligram tablet or find a low-dose product specifically. Do not start with 5 or 10 milligrams. The evidence does not support higher doses being more effective, and they carry more risk of disrupting your natural system. Time it correctly. Take melatonin 60 to 90 minutes before your intended sleep time, not right before bed. Melatonin signals the start of the pre-sleep process. If you take it at the moment you're trying to sleep, you've already missed the window. Use it short-term. Melatonin is most effective as a temporary tool for jet lag, schedule shifting, or breaking a temporary sleep disruption. It is not designed for indefinite nightly use. Most sleep researchers recommend using it for no longer than 2 to 4 weeks continuously. Don't combine with alcohol. Alcohol and melatonin both affect the central nervous system. Combining them can increase side effects and further disrupt sleep architecture, the opposite of what you're trying to achieve. Talk to a doctor first. This is especially true for children. Melatonin use in children and adolescents is rising rapidly, and the long-term effects on developing hormonal systems are not yet fully understood. It should not be a casual or unsupervised choice for young people. If melatonin isn't the right tool for you, there are several science-backed alternatives worth knowing. Magnesium glycinate is one of the most well-researched sleep supplements. Magnesium plays a role in regulating the nervous system and activating the parasympathetic response, the calm, rest state your body needs for sleep. Many people are mildly deficient in magnesium without knowing it, and supplementation has been shown to improve sleep quality, reduce nighttime awakenings, and lower anxiety before bed. Typical studied doses are 200 to 400 milligrams taken 30 to 60 minutes before bed. L-theanine is an amino acid found naturally in green tea. It promotes relaxation without sedation, reducing the mental chatter and low-level anxiety that many people experience when trying to fall asleep. It has no dependency risk and pairs well with a consistent sleep routine. Tart cherry juice is a natural source of melatonin, at physiological levels rather than pharmacological ones. Studies have shown that drinking tart cherry juice twice daily can modestly improve sleep duration and quality, with none of the dosing concerns of supplements. And of course, the most evidence-backed sleep intervention of all is behavioral. Consistent sleep and wake times. A cool, dark room. Reduced light exposure before bed. And managing stress through the pre-sleep hour. No supplement replaces these fundamentals. So let's bring it all together. Melatonin is a hormone, not a sleeping pill. It signals darkness, not sleep itself. The doses in most supplements are far higher than what your body naturally produces. Long-term high-dose use can reduce your body's sensitivity to its own melatonin. It works best for jet lag, circadian rhythm disorders, and short-term schedule adjustments, not as a permanent nightly fix. Most people's sleep problems are caused by suppressed melatonin, not deficient melatonin. And the fix is usually removing the cause, not adding more from outside. If you do use it, keep the dose between 0.3 and 1 milligram. Take it 60 to 90 minutes before bed. And use it short-term. Sleep is a system. And like every system, the best results come from understanding how it actually works. If this video helped you think differently about melatonin, subscribe. Because every week we go this deep into the science of sleep, so you have the information to make genuinely better decisions about your health. The next video is already up, and it covers something that affects nearly 1 billion people worldwide and almost none of them know it. See you there.